Hey guys, back at it again! If my eyes seem a little unfocused, it's probably because of the fact that I cannot physically see the camera because my glasses are gone. But do not worry, I am looking right at you. I'm probably looking right at you. I honestly do not know. First week of midterms, oh my! That's pretty much how everyone else is reacting except for me, because I pretty much only had one midterm and I actually didn't have to be there for it. So it really helped out for me. It was just like, oh, midterms. Oh my. For that midterm portfolio review though, for my drawing class, I probably have one of the most hilarious first midterm experiences that I will probably ever have.
Fun story, guys. It was my art midterm, my drawing midterm, where he kicked us out so that he could study. Therefore, we had around roughly 2 hours to do absolutely nothing, or as much as we wanted to do. And so because of that, we elected to go to one of our friends' dorms, where there we were gifted with about as much bread as we can possibly consume for the next 3 years. Thank you so much for feeding me. On top of that, we got free food from another restaurant that was on campus as well, and I passed my midterm, but I have to keep it up. That's the thing now. I was given a grade that I now have to maintain or raise by the end of finals, and that's gonna be the struggle. That's gonna be the struggle. But I passed.
There was bread, there was food, there was free sandwiches, and there was ice cream for 2 hours after our professor kicked us out. I'm incredibly happy for the midterm grade though, because it means that I'm learning something and I'm learning it right and I'm not going insane. It was an eye-opener both in the fact that I am actually figuring out what it is that I'm learning is the right way I'm learning it, and that I'm improving and I see myself improving, and I have to kick it up a notch for the next part of the semester because my professor now knows me and is expecting more of me judging from the work that I have done in the past. It's a challenge that will require me to push myself to the limit and try to test out new things with the things that we learn, and I'm more than ready for it because being able to see my improvement in just 7 short weeks of having one class is astounding for me. Art is one of those things that is very subjective and not everyone has the same opinion. Therefore, if you as the individual, as the artist, can see yourself improve, that gives a lot more validation than someone else telling you, oh look, that's good. That's just my personal art point of view. It, again, because art is subjective, all art definitions are different. With regards to this crazy midterm story that I basically had, don't over stress on your midterms. Sure, there might be classes that might be more general education required, and there might be classes that you'll actually be required to stay in that class to take the exam, but just know that walking in there, you have prepared yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally to get the grade that you're going to get on that exam. If you prepare yourself in the sense that you are terrified of taking the exam or that you have a lot of anxiety towards it, you will have a harder time taking that exam more often than not. But if you treat it as if it was a battle and you prep your armies with the knowledge that you learned, studied, and went over in class, as well as the mindset of being able to accomplish the task that you have ahead of you, you are more often than not gonna do better in that exam. Those things that you were taught, you learned, and you went over in class will become your cavalry in the long run. You'll be in the front lines and they'll be in the back guarding you, fighting with you, and fighting for you as you take that exam. So you have to make sure that you train them right. It's just a way of training your brain to try and figure out what is the best way to learn for you and what is the best way to show that you've learned. Think about it as if you were the Doctor in Doctor Who, which if you do not know the show, I highly recommend. The Doctor goes into these situations that he may not necessarily know everything about, or he knows a little bit about, and uses his brain and all of the knowledge that he has gained in the past as well as the present, and if arguably the future, to solve the battles and to solve the wars, to solve the problems that he encounters. In a way, the Doctor is like your brain. Your brain stores information, processes it, and tries to keep a mental note of everything that it learns, hears, or pays attention to. It's up to you as the individual that's in control of the brain to use that information to your advantage. So, in conclusion, we are all the doctor. The doctor is us. I feel like that's some good quality midterm advice, wouldn't you say? I would honestly think so. So because I only really had one midterm this week, and the rest of the week has mainly been projects, essays, and preparing for homecoming week, which is next week, that's really all it for this video. Not a lot. That's really it for this video. First midterm is done. I do have my second midterm in around 2 weeks. Next week will be pretty interesting because it's homecoming week, meaning that there's probably going to be a lot going on. What can you do if you guys want to talk to us? Ask us questions about how we are in this first semester. Ask us anything that you want. You can ask us on Twitter at @AnnaAnagrams, or comment in the comment section below this video, and we will respond and try to answer all of your questions as best as we can. Next week, like I said, is homecoming week. Till next time, stay safe, keep playing. I'll see y'all next week.